Have you ever wondered what it would be like to spend about 3 days in a room with almost 60 astrologers? Oh, you have? Good, because I just did. And I'm going to tell you all about it right now. But before I forget, if you haven't already, head over to BlueRidgeAstrology.com. Right on the main page, you can download for free the Lunar Lookup Table. The Lunar Lookup Table is important because it's a real quick and easy way to help you keep track of lunar patterns and how that impacts your moods, emotions, and I'm going to be talking more about how to use this in future videos. But for now, let's get to today's topic. Recently, I attended the 5th annual Vibrational Astrology Conference in Gainesville, Florida. I was in a room with almost 60 astrologers, and this was a first for me because while I've been involved with astrology for almost 30 years, this is the first conference that I ever went to. Now, I've gone to many conferences throughout the years in a variety of different areas, but this was the first astrological conference I went to. And to be honest, I was a little nervous. I wasn't quite sure what the whole vibe was going to be. I can say that it was nothing like I thought it was going to be like, but 100 times better. But before I get into specifics, let me just give you a real high-level overview of what is VA astrology, vibrational astrology, and what was this conference all about. Vibrational astrology is the only form of astrology that is evidence-based. In other words, there's research happening in this field to back up its claims. Now, this doesn't negate all the other types of astrology out there, and I'm certainly not saying that one is better than the other, but for me, vibrational astrology fits with the way that I like to operate because data is very important to me. So this was a gathering of astrologers who work with vibrational astrology. Some are hobbyists, some are just getting into it, and others have been at it for a long time. So it was a type of meeting of the minds, if you will, to talk about the current trends and developments in vibrational astrology. So the first thing that I realized real quick when I got in that room is that these were very normal people. Now, that may sound like an odd statement, but think about it. Whenever someone says that they are into astrology or they might be an astrologer, eyebrows tend to go up. You wonder, well, what's this person really all about? So I wasn't quite sure of what the demographic was going to be like in that room. These are just regular, everyday folks. Very normal people. There were no goat sacrifices. There was no howling at the moon, at least not that I saw, or any other weirdness. It was simply a gathering of like-minded individuals who wanted to come together to learn more and share their findings related to VA, which was pretty cool. I felt very much at ease from the moment I walked in the door. So things were off to a good start. The second thing that I discovered very quickly is that there were a lot of smart people in that room. There were people who had PhDs. There were researchers. There were marriage and family therapists. There were physicists. These are bright folks. So it wasn't some type of fringy experience that was out there on the periphery of society. It was very humbling to see how educated individuals are putting the pieces together of this whole vibrational astrology concept and bringing astrology current. Because the way astrology has worked from up till this point, the world doesn't really operate that way any longer. And vibrational astrology blends the science and the art into a very usable, pragmatic system. The third thing that struck a chord in me is the current amount of research and the quality of that research that is being conducted in vibrational astrology. 3 presentations that I recall off the top of my head involve looking at astro signatures in a person's chart to determine if there was any correlation between their planetary placements and specific diseases. So there was actually a research study that was presented on astrosignatures and breast cancer and people who might be at risk for that. There was another one related to alcoholism conducted by a marriage and family therapist and who might be at risk for that type of challenge. And there was another one related to eating disorders. And in case you're wondering, yeah, this is actual research. For those of you who may not know me, I come from a research background. I've spent the past 25 years dealing with hardcore research in the field of personality assessment. So I know how to evaluate good research versus crappy research. The research that was presented here was very much controlled. No cherry picking is done in the data. And you actually run them through statistical analysis. I mean, we're talking p-values for those of you out there who have a statistics background. This is not just pie in the sky observational stuff where we say, well, this looks good, let's jam it into a category. All right, that's all well and good, Spremuli, so what's that got to do with me? I believe that vibrational astrology is about to experience a watershed moment in the near future. With the quality of research that is being conducted and the amount of research that is being done right now as we speak, you're going to be hearing a lot more about VA because of the fact that it is indeed evidence-based. And that's very exciting to me. And I have to give a shout out to the living legend, the father of vibrational astrology, David Cochran. He started this research back in 1972. He's developed the theories, done the statistical analysis, and is compiled a data set that really puts astrology into an evidence-based category. So thank you to David and his team who put on the conference. If I've whet your appetite and you want to learn a little bit more about vibrational astrology, I can tell you where to go do it for free. Go over to YouTube, search on Vibrational Astrology, David Cochran, and you're going to come back with over 600 videos that he has put out there describing where VA comes from, how it works, and how it's different from other methods. If you'd like more information about how I work with vibrational astrology in consultations, then head over to BlueRidgeAstrology.com and you can learn more. That's enough for now. My name is Michael Spremuli with Blue Ridge Astrology. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.